My name is Prince. Call me Fresh Prince. You have probably seen the list of cutoff points for the various universities by now. Don't panic. In this video, I am going to show you how to beat cutoff points before your WAEC exams, after your WAEC exams, during your application, after application, and even you can even beat them after you're admitted to the university. For the sake of this video, when I say WAEC exams or WAEC grades, I'm referring to your WAEC or your NOVDEC or both. The whole university application process can be thought of as a competition between yourself and other university applicants. Think of it as a competition between you and other university applicants for a limited number of slots in programs in the university. The university cannot afford to admit everybody who qualifies to study a program. By qualifying to study a program, there are certain requirements that students can meet or students should meet to be able to compete to be admitted into a program. You cannot apply to any program and then be admitted. You must qualify for that program before you can compete for it. For you to qualify to compete for a slot in a particular program, you should have completed certain subjects in your WAEC which are related to that particular program. They are required subjects that you should have completed in order to compete for a specific program. Generally, universities in Ghana accept students with passes from grades A1 to C6 in their WAEC exams in order to qualify them to compete for a program. If you qualify to study a particular program in the university, now you have to compete for it. And that is where cutoff points come in. How are you going to beat cutoff points? Let's get to that. To show you how you can beat cutoff points before you sit for your WAEC exams, I am going to share my personal experience to help you do that. When I was in high school, I was lucky enough to be told what I was going to do in the university. I say I was lucky because I honestly had no idea what I was going to do in university. So it was a big break for me when my guardians told me what I was going to do. It wasn't forced on me. I accepted it. What I did after was to find out the required subjects for that program. The subjects that I had to get good grades in to be able to be a good competition for that program. Because I realized I was going to compete for that program. So I had to make sure that I got good grades in those subjects. Look, if you are not a jack of all trades, but more of a Jerry like me, then this may save you.
Sonny?
Shut up, Jerry.
Okay.
You don't need all A's in all of your white papers to pursue any program in the university. You only need to do good in certain subjects that you need in your application to apply to specific programs. This will only work if you know what program you are going to apply to and you have not written your WAEC exams yet. I think if you do this right, it can save you. Honestly, it's surefire. It cannot fail if you do it right. Of course, you will still need to study to get the grades needed for that program, but it will be a lot easier and more focused when you know your target. If you have already written your WAEC exams, you can beat the cutoff point by looking critically at your grades against the aggregates of the programs you want to apply to. What that means is sitting down to calculate your aggregates against the grades needed for the programs you will be applying to. If your aggregates are far off from the cutoff points of the programs you want to apply to, then you might want to consider other options. It's always a good idea to stick to the subjects you are good in. Developing interests in something you are good in is easier than getting good in something you are interested in. You can beat cutoff points when choosing your programs in your application, and you can do this by making sure your first choice program is surefire. There's a low chance that you'll be admitted into your second or third or fourth choice program right now, to be honest. There are an increasing number of competitive applicants applying to the university every year. And right now, you cannot risk not getting admission to the university because you chose the program that you met its cutoff point as your second or third or fourth choice program. You would want to make sure that your first choice program is surefire. Another applicant probably chose your second choice program as their first choice program and met its cutoff point. There is no way their slot is going to be given to you. Nobody got time for your goofy ass. So you want to make it as clean as possible and make sure you have a good shot at your first choice program. Choosing to be considered for a fee paying slot in a particular program will increase your chances of getting in. And if you are offered a chance to pursue the program as a fee paying student, don't waver. It's the same experience, the same everything. just slightly higher fees, and then it will actually assure you a higher chance of getting in. I know people whose grades were nowhere near the cutoff points of the programs they wanted to apply to. So they applied to related programs and did the most during their first and second years there, got good grades that they needed, and attached their transcript to their WASI results to reapply to the programs that they initially wanted to do, and they got in. If you want to do this, I recommend you contact your university registrar's office to inquire about how to go about it, related programs to the program you would want to pursue, and all of that. There is a final and very secure way of beating cutoff points, and that is to reset your WAEC exams. Like I mentioned before, you can apply to university with multiple WAEC exams results, and the university system would automatically pick your best grades to form your aggregates to make you a good competitor for the programs available. So if you do not have the grades needed to pursue a particular program, I strongly recommend you write another WAEC exams, or you write multiple WAEC exams and apply to university with those results to ensure getting in and getting the program that you desire. I really hope this video has been helpful and you have figured out a way to overcome cutoff points from this video. If you haven't, I cannot help you any further, and you should go touch grass or something. And I am going to make more videos talking about the programs available in the university, the requirements for those programs, and certain information you need to know before applying to those programs. There comes a point in every talking stage where you have to talk about your past, a lot of history to get to know each other. I am not a fan of talking stages because at this point, the people I talk to go like, "Oh, you're such a nerd. I don't even try to hide it. Were you bullied in school? How do you deal with that?" I don't like this because I become obligated by the laws of talking stages and relationships to disclose that I was the bully, and then I have to explain that I'm not a bad person. Yes, I will make you drink water from the poly tank with some dude shots in it from 20 years ago, but I am really not a bad person.